And welcome to the K Files. Miss Sandra is out and about today, and I've got, I want to say Sergeant Askew, but my good friend Tim Askew is kind of filling in for Miss Sandra. And how you doing today, Tim?
I'm doing well.
And for those of you that don't know, Tim retired just like myself from the Highway Patrol. He was a sergeant. He was actually my sergeant. He was my supervisor on the Highway Patrol. I probably attributed to a few of the gray hairs that you have.
Not many.
But we had a good time.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
We did
really
what we had to do, and we had a good time doing
Had a
it.
good time doing it.
But the K Files is a show that we put together here on Week TV to kind of work with Team Cold Case. They pay up to $15,000 for tips, for information to kind of bring closure or to bring people to justice and things like that. Recently had a fundraiser out at Rocky Mount Mills. We share cases that affect Nash, Edgecombe, Wilson, Franklin, Halifax County in the hopes that somebody watching might know something that they can share a tip anonymously and get paid doing it. Again, we pay up to $15,000 in cash, remain anonymous, get paid, help bring somebody to justice, and do good things for the community. One of the cases I was going to talk about this morning is a Middlesex case. I live down around Middlesex. It was the young man that I believe it's Willoughby, Philip Lee Willoughby. Nash County was involved in this. The Highway Patrol was involved in this. Middlesex Police Department was involved in this case. This case is from November 27th, 2020. Philip Lee Willoughby. In the morning hours, Nash County Sheriff's Office and the State Highway Patrol responded to a hit and run involving a pedestrian on NC 231 in Nash County, literally at the Middlesex city limits. Upon arrival, troopers discovered a deceased male who was identified as Philip Lee Willoughby, Jr. of Middlesex. Mr. Willoughby had been struck by an unknown vehicle, and the vehicle fled the scene after impact. Investigators believe that he ran out of gas on the night of November the 27th, 2020, left his car at a nearby Dollar General, and was walking home when it was hit. A police officer spoke to him that night, but Willoughby told him that he was waiting on a ride. At last check, the keys to his vehicle were never found. His cell phone was found several days later in an area that had already been searched by multiple law enforcement. Some of what I'm going to say here is speculation in the community. People speculate. This case, from what I understand, Mr. Willoughby was at the Dollar General there in Middlesex. They say that he was doing some shopping, walking around, got ready to check out, made a purchase of some kind, of some type, and that he may have been seen with a large amount of money, okay? Like what I call a knot, okay?
A wad.
From what I understand and from what I've heard, they think it's possible that somebody saw him with this money.
Yep.
And anyway, he left. He goes down to the pit stop, which is known in the community as Stalin Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So from what I understand, there is a suspect vehicle circling this store that was seen at the Dollar General. Okay? You know where I'm going with this?
I do.
That's odd.
That's very odd.
Well, it appears as though when Willoughby left Stalin Brothers, or the pit stop, walking on NC 231 south of town, this suspect vehicle, and this is me speculating, I think this is going to be your suspect. Okay,
Absolutely.
this is me talking. He was struck, left for dead. I've tried to get out of law enforcement if there's any truth to this, but it was told to me that this suspect was actually picked up or questioned for using the deceased debit card at Walmart. And if that's the case, it looks like to me that would be sufficient to bring charges.
Or at least a whole lot further investigation
Yeah.
on it. Yeah, absolutely.
I think these people were questioned. I think they were talked to. And then it kind of plays into this narrative that his cell phone was found back at the location.
In that area, after
Yeah.
it already had been searched.
Yeah. But folks, if you know anything about this case, Philip Lee Willoughby, early morning hours, 11/27/2020, there's a lot of unanswered questions. There's got to be somebody out there that knows what happened. You know, I think I know who did it, you know,
Oh, yeah.
based on speculation in the community. I think it's a guy there in the community with his girlfriend. I'm hoping for a little bit of drama between the two of them so one turns on the other. You know how that plays.
That's exactly right.
He is, this guy who I believe did it, he's tied into a lot of drug activity in the community. He is, he needs to be held accountable if that's who did it. But folks, if you know anything, please call the hotline 252-406-6736. Make that anonymous tip. Get paid up to $15,000, and most importantly, bring closure to this family. Just like every case in this book, probably the smallest tip could help bring criminal charges and help bring somebody to justice
For that crime.
in anything,
Yes.
in any of these cases. Another one that has been talked about, and we were talking about it outside, that was the case of the Mr. Cobb, the county commissioner. Well, he was a county commissioner. This case is from 11/11/2014, November 11th, 2014. This is right around the corner. And we've speculated on this case. Hoy Jefferson Cobb. When this happened, it got a lot of media attention. Mr. Cobb had been a Nash County commissioner, real active in the Rocky Mount community, and he kind of had a nightlife that was not really known to a lot of people until his death. Hoy Jefferson Cobb Jr., 75, was found dead in his residence on Jeffries Court in Rocky Mount. He died of multiple stab wounds to the chest, according to his death certificate. There was an open package of condoms on the bedside table. A woman's hair tie was found on the floor of the bedroom, according to an investigation report. Cobb had an acute amount of alcohol in his system, according to the autopsy toxicology report. Robbery was not a motive, as nothing was missing from the residence. A lot to speculate here on. Being in law enforcement, I mean, between the two of us, you're looking at probably 60 years of law enforcement. We were both police officers. I was a police officer in Middlesex. You were a police officer here in Rocky Mount, I
Here in
believe.
Rocky Mount, yes, sir.
He was stabbed multiple times with, I believe, what they think was like a screwdriver or an object like that. Anytime I hear tell of someone being stabbed repeatedly, my mind goes to anger and rage.
Yes, sir.
It's not just a random, I'm gonna stab you and kill you.
Not your normal stabbing and run.
That's right.
Right.
Right. The tool, whatever it was, would tell you a lot. Was it Mr. Cobb's tool? Did it, did it appear to have come from his work chest? If not, where did it come from? A lot of people mark their tools with their initials or a mark. There's a lot of information that could be learned from that. Was it a, he was a womanizer, clearly. And I'm just sharing with you the facts. I'm not judging the man. Was it an ex-boyfriend that had a tracker on his girlfriend's car? And, he was on his work truck and he grabbed a tool because he didn't have a weapon. There's a lot of information here you could speculate on. But the Cobb family, they want some closure here. They've got a lot of questions they want answered, and apparently there were several bars here in Rocky Mount that he would frequent, and he got to know the waitresses and would cut up with them, and have a good time. And he sounded like a guy that really had a good time.
Oh, he had enjoyed life.
Enjoyed life. Hey, 75 years old. Doing what you do. I think he was a single man. But again, robbery was not a motive. Mm-hmm. Nothing was missing from the residence. We don't know about a forced entrance or not. A woman's hair tie was found, so that lets you know that there was somebody there that probably witnessed or perpetrated this particular crime. So folks, if you know anything about Hoy Jefferson Cobb, this happened November the 11th, 2014, Jeffries Court, Rocky Mount. Pick up the phone, call 252-406-6736, get paid up to $15,000 in cash, and remain anonymous. Are you familiar with where Jeffries Court is?
Yeah, it's right around the corner.
From where?
Go back up down 301 going south. Turn around at the stoplight of 301 and Jeffries Road. Jeffries Court's right back there.
So it is literally right
It's
here.
literally right around the corner.
All right. What's the other one we were talking about this morning?
Was it Abdul Kareem?
Mm-hmm. This case is from 5/19/2011, May 19th, 2011. Abdul Kareem Al-Warq. Abdul Kareem Al-Warq. Officers said they got a call about a robbery and an unresponsive man inside Kareem's Food Mart located at 2503 Raleigh Road in Rocky Mount just before 1 a.m. A customer went into the store around 12:30 a.m. and when they left, they heard a muffled gunshot. They still left the scene. Another customer came in around 12:50 a.m. and saw the lights on. The door was still unlocked. When that customer came in, he did not see anyone. The customer looked around behind the counter and saw a person laying on the floor having convulsions. The customer ran outside, told the two other people he was with to call 911. When EMS arrived, 47-year-old Abdul Kareem Al-Warq was deceased. If I'm not badly mistaken, 2053 Raleigh Road, that's going to be out towards the Sundrop, the old Sundrop plant. I'm thinking it's going to be either the old Holloman store or what used to be like the log cabin looking convenience store there on the across from the trailer park.
I can't remember if 2053 is that far out or not. Because he used to have one right there with old...
Tiger Station?
No, it's further down, going back into town on the right-hand side, and I'm trying to think of the cross street right there.
And just looking at the times,
Oh, yeah.
On this
They
page
stay
right
open
here,
that late.
1 a.m. You look right just above this case.
Yep.
Talking about Sammy's. 12:51 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
There's several in here at 1 a.m. 1 a.m. There's several on Raleigh Road, 1 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
And the dates are relatively close. And that's something else I've said here time and time again. Chances are, a lot of these cases, it's the same group or the same person perpetrating a lot of this terror, this crime,
yes, sir.
this murderous activity here in Rocky Mount. And your tip could lead to breaking not just one, but to 2 or 3 or multiple cases.
Oh, absolutely.
So, if you know anything about this Abdul Kareem Al-Warq murder at Kareem's Food Store at 2053 Raleigh Road, send us a tip, 252-406-6736. Text a tip to Rocky Mount. This is a Rocky Mount case. The texts are also anonymous, get paid up to $15,000. Bouncing off of this one, let's talk real quick about Sammy's. Sammy's convenience store downtown. It was Old Wilson Road. Rafiq Sufan, and he was known as Sammy because it was known forever as Sammy's convenience store. He was killed at his store March 8th, 2011. That store is located at the 1100 block of Old Wilson Road in Rocky Mount. He was leaving the store at 12:51 a.m. when he was killed in the parking lot. Rocky Mount police state it was an attempted robbery. Sammy, closing up the store, had a large amount of bills still in his pocket. When police arrived, he had 91s, 18.5s, 220s, and 350s. That lets me know that something happened. I don't know if he was able to kind of fight them off, put up some type of resistance, but something happened that they weren't able to kind of rob him like they were
To obtain
intending.
that money.
Exactly.
And it's only 2 months difference between Sammy's and Kareem.
Yeah. So again, if you know anything about Sammy's, Rafiq Sufan, March 8th, 2011. Call the tip line 252-406-6736. Reach out to Team Cold Case. They're on Facebook. Send them a message. They played a key role in recovering a body, out here in Spring Hope a year or so ago.
That's right.
Made some arrests. There's a lot of efforts being made to solve these cases. Folks, if you know anything, please share what you know. Get paid up to $15,000. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome to the Chill Spot, home of your authentic Jamaican cuisine, where we serve jerk chicken, oxtail, curry goat, curry chicken, fish. We have beef patties. We are located at 207 East Thomas Street, downtown Rocky Mount. Buy local, eat local.
Sal's Pizza, an Italian night out. Taste pizza fresh from the oven. Delicious Italian dishes made from fresh ingredients with savory sauces and textures that envelop the taste buds, satisfying with every bite. You won't leave Sal's Pizza hungry.
Best pizza in town, bar none. Love it. It's authentic. It's good stuff.
This is over the top. Sal's probably has the best pizza I've ever tasted.
If you want a dine-in authentic place to eat gourmet Italian cuisine, come to Sal's Pizza, home of a local secret, the Grandma Pizza, famous for its authentic taste. For the finest, most delicious dishes, this is the place. 2820 Sunset Avenue, Rocky Mount. Ask about Sal's Pizza catering your special events.
Promise you, the freshest ingredient in the market. If you enjoy hand-picked strawberries, look no further than Bozeman Farms, with 4 locations this summer for your convenience. The first at Bozeman Farms on Highway 97 East, just off Cool Spring Road. A second on South Winston Avenue across from the fire station. A third by the Shell gas station on Bivenue Road, and a fourth in Tarboro at the old Shell station on Western Boulevard. Fresh picked strawberries as well as Mama Jean's homemade strawberry jam. And don't forget our sweet potatoes. Call 252-883-6175 for any questions or directions. Bozeman Farms, from the field to your table at great prices. Harper's Garden and Stone Center, your one-stop shop for all your gardening and landscaping needs. All you need is your imagination, and Harper's Garden and Stone Center can supply the materials to make the job the success you want it to be. We have flowers, plants, trees, decorative stones, slate or flagstone. Enjoy the nice spring weather with Paulie's Island Furniture and our Wilmington Grills. Also visit Wendy's Hole in the Wall Boutique and shop for the whole family. Shoes, Vera Bradley bags, and Simply Southern apparel. Harper's Garden and Stone Center, located at 2145 Oak Level Road, open Monday through Saturday, rain or shine.
I'm Daniel Moss, owner of Cornerstone Funeral Home, and I'd like to invite you and your family to give our family an opportunity to serve you in your time of need. And we offer a full line of funeral services, everything from visitations to graveside services to cremations on site with a live crematory, as well as a banquet hall to meet the catering needs of our families that we serve. We offer catering service, we offer refreshments prior to visitations and services of our family, and we want to invite you to come and experience the difference here at Cornerstone Funeral Home.
Wouldn't a golf cart be a great addition to your beach or lake house? Or would you just simply like to be more mobile? They also make the perfect gift for the kids or grandkids. Let Webb's Golf Carts customize a golf cart for you. We have a large variety of styles and colors. We have club cars, advanced and alpha, repairs and service on all makes and models. We buy, sell, or trade. Located at 4124 Highway 58 South, Webb's Golf Carts can have you riding in style.
What is the Davis Furniture difference? The difference is we buy with you in mind. For generations, we have listened to our customers. We can help you find the look you want for every room in your house. Quality, style, color, and of course, service. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Davis Furniture, the family business where we treat you like family. Let us help you make your house a home. Davis Furniture, historical downtown Rocky Mount, on the corner of Hill and Main.
And welcome back. On the break, Tim and I was talking about Sammy's and having grown up in Rocky Mount. I lived in Rocky Mount from the time I was born till probably 10, 12 years old. We moved. I grew up off of Blandwood Drive, off of Old Wilson Road. My dad had a business over on Cokie Road. We were talking about Josh Bullock's. You didn't know about Josh Bullock's.
No, sir.
But now it was a treat to go eat at Josh Bullock's or have a plate from Josh Bullock's. I mean, it was just a staple in the community. Absolutely loved it. Wish I could have me some Josh Bullock's barbecue sauce right now. And they used to sell it in the grocery store.
Oh, wow.
But they quit selling it about 10 years ago. But I come across a recipe online for Josh Bullock's barbecue sauce. I've not had a chance to make it, but if you get a chance to talk to somebody who used to work there, they can kind of give you some guidance on recipes and things like that. But I'm gonna make some and get it to you. So
that sounds good to me.
So you can try it. Good stuff. You know, Rocky Mount's changed a whole lot from the time I was, growing up, living here. and I love Rocky Mount, and that's one reason that I do what I do on this show. I want people to take ownership in the community. I want folks to not be afraid to share tips, to make their community a safer place to live, to work, and to raise a family. You know, I want kids here in Rocky Mount to experience the childhood that I did. You know, we would go out and play in the creek and go, scavenger hunting and have forts in the woods. And I was never afraid for my safety or my security playing in Blandwood Drive. And, I just want other kids to be able to enjoy that same type of childhood. You know, we used to have football and baseball practice up by the fuel dock at that community park. Go to the pool. Boy Scouts up by, what is the road that Gayo's funeral home used to be on? The State Employees Credit, Fairview. Yeah, I went to Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts over there on Fairview. And folks, it can happen. It can come back. It can have a lot of good, positive experiences. We can clean this community up, and I'm not saying it's terribly bad. I'm just saying we all have to take ownership. We have to be able to not be afraid to tell what you know, to hold these people accountable who are terrorizing these communities. You know, share what you know. Don't be afraid to point the finger at a bad guy in your community, and let's hold these people accountable. Let's get them off the streets. Let's get them behind bars, and let's. I want kids to just have a fun, safe place to grow up like I did.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I want that for everybody.
Yeah.
The world changed, but it can still happen.
You know, Nash County doesn't have many cold cases, but one cold case that they've kind of had for a while now, this case is from October 21, 2017, Randy Colgrove. You know, Randy was my barber at one time when I was stationed over in Wilson County. He worked out at the mall, and he would cut my hair from time to time. Great guy, funny, always had a story to tell, a joke to share. Randy Colgrove. This case is from October 21, 2017. Nash County Sheriff's Office responded to a person lying in the driveway of a home on Highway 58 in the Sandy Cross community near Vibrant Road, just outside of Nashville. Once on the scene, they found Randy Colgrove deceased from gunshots. You know, there in the Sandy Cross community, Highway 58, from what I understand, he lived kind of off the road, kind of down a path. And, you know, I don't want to misstate something, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you I'm speculating here based on different bits and pieces from what I've heard about this case. From what I understand, they think it was a home invasion. Mm-hmm. They don't know if it was targeted or if it was random, but apparently there was a home invasion. He put up some type of resistance. They think they fled, and for whatever reason, Colgrove chased after him, okay, down the drive, a little ways anyway. And that's where they found him deceased from gunshot wounds. Again, Randy Colgrove, I can't imagine him having an enemy of any kind. Mm-mm. Great guy, always smiling, always joking, always cutting up. I believe he was a barber there at the, what's the shopping center in Nashville? Is there a Food Line there? It's where the Pizza Villa used to be.
That's the Piggly Wiggly with that shopping center right there.
Okay, for some reason, I'm thinking he was a barber there at one point. Is there a barber shop in that?
There he is.
Okay, I'm thinking he was there as well.
Oh, okay.
But a great guy, knew everybody. Folks, this family, Randy deserves closure. Randy deserves his killer being brought to justice, being held accountable for their actions. Let's get these folks off the street. Randy Colgrove, This happened October 21st, 2017. If you know anything, please pick up the phone, 252-406-6736. Share what you know. Call Nash County Sheriff's Office. Get paid cash up to $15,000. They will literally bring you cash and put in your hand. Nash County needs your help on this case. From what I understand, they're close. From what I understand, they're learning new things.
Oh, absolutely.
But please, if you know something on this case, please share it. And let's get these folks off the street of Nash County. The other case down under this one, and we had talked about this earlier, John McCloud. John McCloud. This case is from July 4th, 2018. July 4th, 2018. At approximately 6:18 a.m., EMS and Rocky Mount police officers were dispatched to the scene of a possible cardiac arrest. They arrived to find Mr. John McCloud unresponsive on the walking track of the senior center. They found a gunshot wound to his chest, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. Mr. Claude was found by two people who walked the track for exercise. He had cash, cell phone, his wallet, and a Walmart bag near his right hand. There were no signs of a struggle, and robbery did not appear to be motive. And this goes back to what I was saying earlier, making our community a safer place. This has all the telltale signs of either a random shooting or a stray bullet. It sounds like it was probably just a random shooting, or he could have been targeted. But whatever the case, someone or some people killed John McCloud July the 4th, 2018 at 6:18 a.m. just out walking the track at the senior center. You know, think about it. You're out minding your own business, walking around your property, walking at a park, walking anywhere, and somebody guns you down in your community.
And takes nothing.
Yeah.
That's just evil.
That's exactly what it
evil.
is.
That's exactly
what it is. And these people live amongst us. And folks, you cannot be afraid to pick that phone up and share what you know to get these people off the street. You can't. Because the only thing these people are going to do by not being held accountable, it's going to embolden them, and it's going to make them want to do it again and again, and they're going to feel like they're untouchable, and it's going to make the situation worse. Terrible. Killed literally over nothing.
That just comes across to me.
It's
as
just
evil.
meanness.
There wasn't robbery. There was nothing there. It was just straight up meanness.
Where is the senior center? That used to be the old YMCA.
I want to say it was, but I think it was at a different location because they don't have the location up here other than the senior.
Okay. Again, folks, if you know anything on that, it's a Rocky Mount case. Text a tip to Rocky Mount Police or call 252-406-6736. The next case we're going to talk about here is Daquan Dickens. Daquan Dickens. This case is from July the 12th, 2019. Daquan Dickens was 18 when he was shot and killed around 1 a.m. at the home of a family member at 1132 Long, Rocky Mount. His family called him Newt Quan. Newt Daquan was at home with his family at a birthday party after finishing his shift at the Burger King. 18 people, including babies, were in the house when bullets started coming through the windows and the walls. When Rocky Mount police arrived, they found Dickens suffering from gunshot wounds. He ultimately died from his injuries. Another person was also hit by gunfire and taken to Vidant Medical Center for their injuries. According to witnesses at the party, it was not a drive-by shooting. Someone stood literally in front of the house and fired multiple shots into the home, coming through the windows. When Rocky Mount police arrived on scene, they found Dickens suffering from gunshot wounds, and he died from his injuries. Again, I'm sorry, this evil. Stop and think about how emboldened you must feel to stand in somebody's yard with a gun. How untouchable you feel, and shoot through somebody's windows. I don't care what this guy's done or what he hasn't done, and murder him in front of his family, terrorize this family.
With babies in the house.
yeah.
You know,
Pure evil, gang-related, something to that. It's just evil.
there's no telling what this is, but it's not random.
No.
Someone stood literally in front of the house, in the yard, and fired multiple shots into the home. Folks, it's people like this who perpetrate crime like this. See, the sad thing about it is whoever did this, his friends know he did
no
it.
doubt. No doubt.
And when they don't, when they see this bad guy not being held accountable for his actions, it makes them want to mimic that terroristic behavior in the community, and it spreads
Like disease.
It does. It does.
And once it starts.
You know, folks, if you know anything about this, please, please reach out to Rocky Mount Police Department, text a tip, reach out to us, 252-406-6736, get paid up to $15,000 cash. Daquan Newt Dickens, July 12th, 2019, murdered in front of his family, murdered in front of children, murdered in front of babies right here in Rocky Mount.
Folks,
Let's
put
bring
yourself
these folks-
in those
to
family
justice.
shoes. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Put yourself in their family shoes. If this was one of your family members, would you want to finally have some comfort knowing that this person was
Off the streets.
locked up and off the streets?
Because now the sad thing about it is, this person could be traveling down Sunset Avenue
Oh yeah.
right beside you today. They could be eating in a restaurant in Rocky Mount
And walk right in.
today.
Today.
And the slightest thing, your behavior could trigger them to act a fool. You know,
Exactly.
that's the way I look at it. These people are amongst us. And, you know, folks, touching on something else, if you're not carrying concealed, if you've not been trained to carry concealed, you need to. Again, because these people live amongst us. And it's your obligation to keep yourself and your family safe. Look, let's take a quick break. We'll come back and talk about Melvin Williams.
Building your custom home is now easier than ever. And with America's Home Place, we can show you how. During our 50 years as a custom home builder, we've built homes for nearly 40,000 families and mastered the art of building in the process. From clearing your lot to handing you the keys to your new forever home, we're with you every step of the way. With nearly 50 building centers across 11 states, we're committed to building the home that suits you and your family's needs. We build homes from big to small, in a variety of sizes and styles, modern farmhouses to ranch homes and everything in between. With our experienced professionals, knowledgeable staff, and simplified 7-step process, you can rest easy knowing that you and your future forever home will be well taken care of. Because when you build with us, we treat you like family. Come in today to view all our customizable floor plans, and let's begin the process of building your new home now. Visit us at americashomeplace.com to learn more. America's Home Place, your custom home builder.
At P.O. Woodard in historic downtown Wilson, we've always prided ourselves on doing things the old-fashioned way. Customer service, hard-to-find items, on-site repair are what we're known for. For your manicured lawns, Exmark and Echo make a great team. And for that finished look, get your pine straw and mulch, grass seed and fertilizer, P.O. Woodard and Company, downtown Wilson. I'm Jimmy Miller with P.O. Woodard and Company. Come experience the difference of shopping with us.
Shop local at Traded in Small Shops Mall. Traded is stocked full of gently used items, all backed by a 30-day warranty. Plus, when you shop at Traded and you bring some items you're not using anymore, you can get paid in cash on the spot. Next door, you can shop nearly 100 local merchants selling a variety of goods. Or you can open your own retail store at Small Shops Mall with no long-term lease.
Locals shop local. Traded in Small Shops Mall.
Put your Graduate in one of the safest, most dependable cars in the market. Put them in a Chevrolet. For 3 years in a row, J.D. Powers has awarded Chevrolet the most dependable cars on the road today. Don Bullock Chevrolet has over 30 different makes of new cars and trucks right now, and you can save thousands. Pre-owned or new, we have it at the price you want. Doing business the better way. Don Bullock Chevrolet.
No one ever wants to go into a life emergency. In fact, many of us wouldn't even know what to do if we were faced with an emergency, but they will come. Thankfully, there's men and women that train every single day for moments like this. They work on our behalf to serve and protect our local communities. Hi, I'm Kevin Zander from Don's Body Shop and Auto Body Wilson. With everything that's going on in life right now, we just want to take a moment to thank our first responders, for those that pledged their lives to serve and protect in our communities. You know, we all expect people to do their jobs, but some people's occupations may even require them to give of their life as a sacrifice. For this reason, we also want to honor those families that lost a loved one in the line of duty. Our thoughts and our prayers are with you. Let us not take these services for granted. To our first responders, again, we say thank you. From our nurses to our military, we appreciate your service. And as a local business owner, I pray that we continue to work together and strive for an emergency-free community. Thank you, and God bless.
The tank is on E, and your low tire pressure light is glaring at you again. You do not have time to wait in line and pay to put air in the tires, and you certainly don't want to get out of the car in the cold and pump gas. What if you could pull up to a gas pump and have an attendant run out to greet you to pump your gas, clean your windshield, and put air in the tire, all for no extra charge, while you step inside and enjoy a made-to-order breakfast or lunch? Does that kind of full service exist anymore? It does at JD's Grocery and Grill, a service station created to bring back the full service experience to all customers. JD's Grocery and Grill is a full service gas station. Eat in restaurant with tasty made-to-order food and a grocery store all in one. The staff at JD's Grocery and Grill is ready to field all requests and will help you find anything you need. Call them today at 252-972-5000 or stop on by at 1240 Atlantic Avenue. Store hours Monday through Saturday 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Grill hours Monday through Saturday 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. JD's Grill and Grocery, at the heart of great food.
And welcome back. We've got time for at least one or two more. This is one we were talking about earlier on break too. Melvin Williams. This case is from February 4, 2020. Melvin Williams who was 60 years old at the time, was on the corner of Pine Street and West Thomas in Rocky Mount in the late night hours when he was approached and beaten by two unknown suspects. The suspects beat him with pipes and a bedpost, striking him in the head and torso area. He went to the local hospital the following morning, where he was diagnosed with a rib fracture and then sent home. On February 6, 2020, he went back to the hospital with severe abdominal pain and was admitted to the hospital, where he declined and passed away the following day. His death was ruled a homicide by blunt force trauma, injuries of the torso. Think about that now. Beaten late night hours with pipes and a bedpost. Again, folks, this goes right back to what I was saying. This is happening right here in Rocky Mount, in this community. It's not Chicago. It's not Detroit. It's not LA. It's Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Beat in your yard by suspects with pipes and a bedpost. Beat him to the point he killed him. You know, I'm gonna kind of go off on a
tangent.
Yeah. You know, if I lived in town, if I lived here, as much as people go to address, you know, town council or city council, this is what they need to be talking about.
I agree with you.
You know, they don't need to be up there ranting around about a whole lot of this other stuff that creates division in a community. This right here. Okay? You take care of this, you address this, and it's going to solve a lot of the other problems. And it is.
Yes, it will.
Nobody wants to live in a community where they don't feel safe. Nobody wants to go shopping in a community that they don't feel safe.
That's right.
Nobody wants to send their children to school where they don't feel safe. It has nothing to do with race. I don't care if you're black, white, orange, China, it doesn't matter. Nobody wants to live where you don't feel safe. You don't want your children going to school where they don't feel. Address what's in this book, and everything else is going to take care of itself. But see, the powers that be love to create friction to keep people divided, so you don't talk about stuff like this. And it's by design. People take debate every time, both sides. You take debate and you don't address what needs to be addressed. Okay, and it happens local, it happens state, and it happens federal. It's by design. I believe it, and it's my opinion. If you don't like it, you know,
it is what it is.
Call the Highway Patrol and complain on JP Barnes and see what they tell you. It won't be the first time, right?